Good morning, everyone. We are back today with a new Brown Spelling by Pattern lesson, and this week we are on lesson 23. The lesson this week is changing nouns that end in the F sound to plural. The trick is that to change words that end in the F sound to plural, you cannot just add S like we do with many nouns. So for example, if we are talking about the word dog, you would say one dog and many dogs just by adding S. Or the word kid. There is one kid, there are 4 kids. Most nouns you can just add S to make them plural. But nouns that end in the F sound don't work that way. In order to make a noun that ends in the F sound plural, you have to change the F to V and then add ES. Let's look at an example together. The word leaf, that's a noun that ends in the F sound, and it is just one item. It's singular when you say leaf. But if you want to talk about many leaves, we don't just add an S. That would be leafs, and we know that that's not correct. In order to make leaf plural, you need to change the F to V and then add ES to make the word leaves. Here's another example. If you have one elf on the shelf, for example, and then you want to add another and you talk about both elves, we do not just add an S and say elves. We need to change that F to a V and add ES, and the word becomes elves. Let's look at one more example together. The word wolf ends in the F sound. If there are 4 wolves, we cannot just add an S and say wolves. We need to change the F to V and add ES. So all of the words this week are nouns that you will change to become plural by changing the F to V and adding ES. Would you go ahead now and open your Spelling by Pattern book to page 158? It looks like this. If you need to pause and run and get your book, go ahead. I'd like us to start by reading the 16 pattern words together. They are shelf, bookshelves, wolf, wolves, leaf, leaves, half, halves, elf, elves, thief, thieves, meatloaf, loaves, knife, knives. And you can see that each noun that is singular ending in F, underneath it, they change that singular to a plural by changing the F to V and adding ES. And it goes that way all the way down. Wolf becomes wolves, leaf becomes leaves, half becomes halves, elf becomes elves, thief changes the F to V and adds ES, thieves, meatloaf changes to loaves. It doesn't say meatloaves, but it could. Change the F to V and add ES. And finally, knife changes to knives. Today, you're actually not doing this page. I want you to go ahead and skip over to page 160. It looks like this. You are going to use the pattern words from page 158, so you'll need to flip back and forth and fill in each of these categories with the pattern words. The first category says words that have long vowel sounds. So long vowels say their names. Next, words with digraphs. Remember that digraphs are 2 letters that make one sound. For example, the H brothers. Then words that begin with a silent letter. Long E that's spelled I-E. Long E obviously says E. Then 1-syllable words and 2-syllable words. It should be clear that since we only have 16 pattern words, you'll have to use some words more than once. So pay attention to spelling. This page is your work for today, Monday, and the rest of your work for the week is listed on the website. Good luck! Thanks.